You haven't even joined, dude. What's going on, everyone? What's happening? If you guys want to go ahead and double tap the screen on TikTok, comment, interact, get some people in here. Sorry, I'm trying to get this all set up and going. Ow. Oh, that hurt. There we go. What's going on, everyone? If you guys want to go ahead and double tap the screen, Ruben, what's going on? What's happening? All right, what's going on, everyone? What's happening? What's going on, everyone? Big, unbeautiful build out here destroying shit. Volume's low? Never mind, it was you. Okay. So I didn't change anything. Just getting everything set up over here. Josh, Paige, you guys want to join? I thought I saw Paige in here a second ago. Thought I saw Paige in here a second ago. What's going on? The big ugly bill. It's devastating. It's terrible. I haven't even. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the show. What is happening? Oh, good morning. Good morning. If you guys are over on TikTok, double tap the screen, comment, interact, help get some people in here. Is the bill gonna pass the House? The fact that I have to call it the big beautiful bill pisses me off. That's so cringy. You know what I mean? Like an adult thought of that. You know? An adult thought of that. What's up, Paige?
What's up? It's my birthday today.
Happy birthday, Paige! Can we get some
Usually
happy birthdays in the chat? What's that?
right on. I usually don't tell people, but I said, you know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. This birthday, I'm gonna do
it. Nice. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Paige. Nice. Well, you got any plans for today?
Not really. Not really.
Not really? Oh, well.
Working on it.
Save something for the weekend, I guess. It's your birthday too, Bumbles. Bumbles, happy birthday. Can we get some happy birthday for Bumbles? Nice.
All right. Happy birthday. I usually like my birthday celebrated on 4th of July. So, tomorrow.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Nice. Happy birthday. I hope you have a good 4th of July. Well, that's fun. See if we can get a debate in here. If you guys want to double tap the screen, comment, interact, help get some people in here, I would appreciate it. That would be awesome. By the way, OK High is coming along pretty well. OK High is coming along pretty well.
That's good.
Yeah, it's coming along pretty good. Yeah. I think it's going to get monetized soon. Sorry, I spaced out for a second. I think it's going to get monetized pretty quick, which would be nice. That'll be nice. It'll be really nice. If you guys over on TikTok want to double tap the screen, comment, interact, help get some people in here, would appreciate it. That would be awesome. Would appreciate it. All right, what do we got? There's not a whole lot going on in the morning. This morning.
Hey, there are deer right in front of me. I shouldn't tell a hunter that, though. They're like literally right in front of me.
I've never been deer hunting before. Never been beer hunting.
You've never been beer? You've been beer hunting, not deer hunting, right?
Yeah, I accidentally slipped up and said beer hunting, but oh yeah. What platform do I debate on? TikTok. On debate.dude. Debate.dude. So the bill is going up for vote in the House today.
Yes, Jeffries is still speaking, still filibustering.
This is so ridiculous. It sounds like it's going to pass. And then just giving away. I mean, I don't. It's interesting to me because I don't. What's Republicans are going to do is take this and twist it. They're going to take this and twist it. Um, yeah. They're going to take it and twist it. Absolutely what they're going to do. And then blame the Democrats after all the effects of these cuts start going through. Yeah. Invite this person who won't join. I'm going to run the fascism slide. If you guys want to go ahead and double tap the screen, comment, interact, help get some people in here, would appreciate it. Peachy, you want to join? Peachy could get us some debates. Maybe. All right, what do we got going on in the news? We got the bill that's going to go through, I guess. Um, there's a trans case going to the courts.
Yeah, it seems like they want to do kind of a nationwide, like pick which sports transgender athletes can play.
What?
Like for certain sports, they can't.
So literally writing legislation.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
Interesting. Yeah, this is absurd. You think Hakeem Jeffries is trying to run for president?
I think he's making a go for something.
Because, I mean, make no mistake, he's ambitious.
He's
But
very ambitious.
I don't know if he's presidential ambitious.
You never know. You never know.
What did this person say? So you're saying there's no jobs? We just added almost 250,000 jobs in 1 month. We lost jobs. We lost private sector jobs this month, 33,000, or last month.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're talking about. I don't know that he wants to be president though, because he's not really taking a stand like he's gonna be, or wants to be senator, maybe. Senator, we really need someone that's non-ambitious to run. You know what I mean? That's what we really need. If you guys over on TikTok want to double tap the screen, the only way that we're going to go ahead and get some debates in here is if you guys double tap the screen, comment, interact, help get some people in here, help us get up to 50K likes, get it out on the For You page. Yeah. 1 second.
Yeah.
Cooper,
Also,
you.
tap the orange heart next to live dude on the upper left hand corner. That helps. If you just send even one coin, a rose, that also helps push it. But yeah, if the participation is what brings the people in. So thanks, guys.
Cooper, what's going on? You debating?
Oh yeah, I was talking about keeping trans women out of women's sports, girls and women's sports.
No, thanks. Are
It's
you debating?
a
No.
good thing.
No, we're good. We can debate Trump. That has nothing to do
You
with my
you
background.
just brought that up.
I brought it up in results of the news. I didn't. That's not an invitation.
You said
Are you debating Trump? I don't give a fuck what your thoughts are. Have you read any
oh,
academic
you don't want to
papers?
talk about that. You
Have you
scared
read
to talk
any?
about it?
Oh, I'll ask you a question. Have you read any academic papers on it?
Yeah, I have.
Name one.
Do research.
Yeah,
Pew
can I get the
research is not a
PMI?
paper.
That's not a paper,
It's
but can
actually a study. Yes, it is.
Okay, what's the
can you
study?
get
What's
me
the name of the
the
study?
PMI?
Is Pew
Yeah.
Research a paper, a study, or not?
It's
Sure.
not a
What's the
paper.
PMID
Thank you.
number?
Concede that it is a paper and a study.
Pew research is not a paper. I'm
A
asking you
paper
for
is
the
a
study.
study.
I'm asking you for the name of the study. Pew Research is the publisher.
Yeah, I don't remember the exact name of it. I'll have to look it up. It was
So
trans
you don't have it.
athletes, trans women
So you don't have
uh,
it.
have an advantage
So you
over.
don't have it.
Uh,
Okay,
I
go find
do,
it.
I do.
Good, go find it.
Do you
Yeah.
think that it doesn't exist? You didn't even know it was a
I
study.
I want you to go find it. It
You
doesn't
think a
exist.
paper is not a study.
Go find it.
Cooper, just go find the study.
It doesn't exist, by the way.
I don't understand why people, when they come in, the topic's on the background, guys. Tommy was just reading the news. If he was reading your horoscope, it doesn't mean that he wants you to come up and talk about your
I
horoscope.
know, right? Just every time we talk about a movie, someone pops in. I saw that.
Let me give you my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Like, unless Cooper, you feel that you're going to be at some kind of disadvantage when you try out for a woman's sport, I don't know why you care, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Shaquille
You
O'Neal
better,
has a significant advantage in the NBA. Did you know that?
yeah, for sure. Yeah, Michael Phelps, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Lance
So
Armstrong
he should
had
definitely.
enormous
Mhm.
lungs.
Yes. Muggsy, only what, 5'5"? But he's still, like, he was a freak of nature still. Shouldn't have been there. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Plus, you guys would probably call him a DEI because he was 5'5", not over 6. Yeah, so
Yeah.
you guys don't like DEI, so there's that. This is ridiculous. Cooper, come back.
Give me a moment. I'm getting it right now. And he brought
Is
it up,
there, wait,
so that's why I
hold
started
on.
talking about it.
Cooper, he was reading the news. Had he been reading my horoscope, because today's my birthday, by the way, Cooper. Had he been reading me my horoscope, that wasn't an invitation for people to come up and start talking about my horoscope. We're talking
I
about the
made a
background,
comment
which is Trump's
I made a
accomplishment
comment in the
destroying the
comments,
economy.
and one of your moderators brought me up because of my comment.
Cool. Do you have that study? Kind of zoned out here. Unless you have it, we don't really have anything to talk about. They've been talking about the jobs report or whatever. You're never gonna find it, by the way. Um, the unemployment rate went down. By the way, it's also how they calculate the unemployment rate. I don't know. Most people don't know how they do that, and so that affects it. It's if people have given, so right now there's 4.1% people on unemployment, but if half of them give up looking after 4 weeks, they get taken off. So unemployment rate doesn't necessarily show whatever, and they're like, well, they added 147,000 jobs. Biden averaged 220,000 or 200,000 the entirety through his presidency. Biden's average was 200,000. And by the way, we lost 33,000 public sector jobs. Just want to point that out, or private sector jobs. And it is funny that he like reverses his policies, and they're like, "Look, it didn't do it's. Look, he's doing so well. Look, he's doing so well." I'm gonna give you about 30 more seconds. We're gonna move on. Not even that. I'm gonna give you 15 more seconds. This is getting pretty ridiculous. You're not gonna find it because it doesn't exist. Why are we waiting?
Because he just wants to be transphobic. He just wants to say that trans women have an advantage in.
They do. It's common sense. Even Gavin
I
Newsom
don't
said
need
so.
it. Common
Yeah, we
sense.
don't care.
I don't care
Gavin
about
Yeah.
Gavin
Newsom.
Newsom. Nope. Go.
Yeah, Gavin
You didn't
Newsom's
find any
not a
evidence.
doctor.
You
Yep.
lose.
He
You
didn't even find
lose.
confirmation bias. Damn. Cooper, you're not good at it, bro.
All right, is this person debating? Do 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 do. Tomris, hello.
What's going on? How are you?
Not much. What's going on? What's your take?
Yeah, I mean, we can. I'm a Trump supporter insofar as I support Trump over anything the left has to offer at the moment. Um, I think on. I mean, I'm not. We can talk about something else. I think the transgender issue, which it sounds like you didn't really want to talk about. I mean, I think that's kind of that illustrates pretty well. I think kind of what's wrong with the left wing in America, insofar as it's kind of. I mean, we can go
Why
down
would
that road
that
if you
in it?
want to.
Why? I don't understand why. Where's the evidence for anything that you guys believe coming from? The AMA, the American Medical Association, the American Psychiatric Association, the American Pediatric Association, all of the relevant research, uh, sports bodies around the world, they have a standard. I
A
don't
stand.
understand why.
What exactly are you?
There have been international bodies that have set up standards for trans athletes. Why is this an issue?
It's an issue because I think by and large, I mean, again, if you want to pull up a study on this, we can. But like, by and large, women's sports are for biological women, and that's why they were
Yeah,
created.
no,
Like
that's
whenever women's sports
circular.
were created, right? Well, no, but I'm saying that like that's it's kind of just like common intuitive sense that like
And no, I don't do
biological women.
common sense. I do
It's
studies.
not.
I do
You're
evidence. I
not.
do data.
Yeah. So Tom, is it Tom?
Thomas, yeah.
Commerce, you're not even using like proper verbiage. Biological woman, all that means is a woman that's breathing. I think you mean biological female. I don't understand why you guys keep using this topic as a left versus right thing.
Yeah.
It's human rights. I don't know why we're going to debate someone's human rights. They are tested. That you do know what the W path is?
No, inform me.
Okay, so you don't even know that part. I don't want to, unless you pay me. If you pay me, that's fine. But honestly, I don't want to. This is a nothing burger. Do you realize that Harris never spoke about this on her own
Never.
end? She never brought it up. All she did was answer, I counted out 3 questions. And 2 of them were in a debate, a debate with Trump, but never brought this forward. In fact, the LGBTQ community was a little disappointed that she didn't represent the community a little bit stronger. So why are you guys keep talking about it? Don't worry about it. Unless you play women's sports, you have no skin in the game. No pun
I know.
intended.
Isn't it really like so mansplaining to be like, let me tell you about women's sports?
Yeah, they don't care. They don't care.
What
They
the
don't
fuck?
care. There are 10 trans athletes in all of the 500,000 NCAA athletes. 10. If that is concerning you, I can't help you.
No,
Economies
so
of
it's
scale, my guy.
this is why I started this off by saying it's indicative of what's wrong with the left. I agree with you. I don't care about women's sports. The reason this is a hot button
Yeah,
issue
no,
is
no. I'm
because
gonna go ahead and stop that.
good.
I'm gonna stop that right there. No, no.
Okay.
We're gonna stop that and dissect that for a second. You
Yeah.
taking an issue that you have built an opinion on based off of bigotry and hate, and then saying this is what's wrong with the left is absolutely illogical. 100%. You do not have a lick of data to back up what you're saying, but you turn around and say this is what's indicative of the left. We look at the data, we look at what the medical bodies point to, we look at what the psychiatrists point to, and then we draw a conclusion. For you to say that that's wrong of us to do is highly illogical.
Okay, so if I don't really even know how to start this because I started making
I
the
know
point.
because I literally pinned down your argument and there's not anywhere to go with it. You do not have any
What's
data to back up what you're saying. You have
what's my
opinion.
argument?
You have what's opinion? You're saying that it's
No,
indicative
what's
of
my
the
argument?
left. Your argument
What's
is
my
saying that
argument?
this if you interrupt me one more motherfucking time.
Yeah.
Thanks. You're saying that this is indicative of the left because we believe this because but your belief system doesn't have any value to it. It doesn't have any basis. You're simply saying, well, this is bad, and therefore the left is bad because of this. But you don't have any reasons or evidence to believe what you believe. You have hatred and bigotry. There is no scientific data that helps out your belief system. Nothing. So for you to take something that we're right, justified, and have measurable evidence to support, and then say, wow, look at that's who they are as people, is fucking nuts. That's crazy. And that wouldn't fly in anything else. Could you imagine that? Like, well, that psychiatrist believes that. They must not believe anything. They could have all the evidence in the world. That would be insane. That would be crazy.
Are you done?
Get the fuck out of my life.
When people say, "Are you done?" that means I'm not
They weren't
listening to what you
listening.
say. Yeah, I just want to. Can I talk now? Is like what they're saying.
Yeah. If you're debating, hop in the box. If you're not, see why nobody respects something. I don't need your fucking respect. Anyways, if you're debating, hop in the box. If you're not, please help out. What was that guy's name? Was it?
Tom,
Oh yeah.
something.
Runs
Let
to
me guess.
reggae and Cooper. Oh, he got destroyed. He got absolutely annihilated. And so he was going to be like dismiss and move on.
Good afternoon.
What's up?
How is Trump destroying the economy? Give me a fact.
We just lost 33,000 private sector jobs yesterday. Boom! Nail. Oh my god, it's another spider.
Is it Charlotte? No, no. You went alive, Charlotte.
Oh, that one's unalive too.
Rip.
R.I.P. Yeah. Well, he is destroying the economy, but then he changes his mind. Then he goes back to doing it. Then he changes his mind. Then he goes back to doing it. Then he changes his mind. Then he goes back to doing it. So,
Is 33,000 private sector jobs indicative of a destructed economy?
it's indicative of a declining economy. Even if you look at the jobs report from today, it's down about 50,000 jobs from when Biden left office. Actually, more even. Like there were some bad months throughout Biden's presidency. We know that, but he still created about 200,000 jobs a month on average. He also hasn't got anything for these trade deals. There's not really anything he's gotten, to be honest with you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. No, he runs to reggae, ran away. Ran away.
Not anymore.
Uh,
Tom, calm down. This is TikTok. It's not that serious. Stop crying.
Wu-Tang Kermit. All right. This live blows. Well, so does your mom. What's up, Kermit?
What's going on, man? Why are you using the Sony XM3s with 3.5mm plugged in?
What?
Why do you use the Sony XM3s with 3.5mm?
Who
Why
cares?
is it any of your business? I don't.
What are you? Are you?
It just defeats the purpose of the headphones.
Yeah, okay,
Buddy,
Radio Shack. Nobody cares.
They're plugged
Yeah,
in.
Radio Shack. All right. Anyway, why do you guys hate Trump?
Wait, why does that matter? I bought them because they're comfortable.
Well, you guys are making a shitty argument about how he's destroying the economy.
Can you stay on topic there? Holy shit, Spaz. Calm down.
Yeah, sorry. I have ADHD.
All right, me too. But Jesus fuck. Restrain it a little.
Right. I was just mocking you because you're using your headphones incorrectly. And then I moved into the economy.
Shut the fuck up. What the
not
fuck
very
is
hard to
that? What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? What the fuck was that?
He was racist on Reggie's Live last night.
What the fuck was that? I'm using headphones incorrectly because they're plugged in. They're plugged into the computer. I'm not using them as Bluetooth headphones. What the fuck? Jesus Christ, that was fucking weird. That was actually fucking weird. Weird as fuck. If you're debating, hop on in the box. Would appreciate it. We got Josh. If you guys want to double tap the screen, comment, interact, help get some people in here. If you want to support the live, there's a Venmo Cash App in the bio. Alternatively, you guys can join the Patreon in the link tree in the bio. Would appreciate it. And we have a 20 sub goal on the morning. So there's that. Anyway, if you guys are over on YouTube crying in the comment section, you can stop, head over to TikTok, join debate.dude, hit the request button, and lose. That's all. I don't think Kai is debating.
Yeah. We have new stickers, by the way, guys. So if you're subbed, you'll see a whole bunch of new stickers in here.
I actually have my headphones up my ass right now as we speak. Let me turn my camera on. I'll show you guys. Hold on.
Listen, Radio Shack.
Am I doing it right? Am I doing it right, guy?
Immediately,
Oh,
yes.
Good. Am I doing it right? If you guys want to double tap the screen over on TikTok, if you're debating, hop on in the request. Josh, how's your morning going?
Life is good, man. I just had a strawberry yogurt granola parfait. It was delicious. Kind of bougie, but not really.
That sounds good.
It is. I'm trying to watch my health. I'm getting older now. You know, I mean, heart risks at 50. That's real. I'm not 50 yet, but I'm pushing it. So preventative maintenance. That's what I'm doing.
Well, you're a grandpa now.
I am
Right?
a grandpa now.
You have your kids and your grandkids that you want to like make sure you stick around, watch grow. That's good. Good job.
There's stuff. Ooh, Mel's here. I don't know. Mel wants to join.
No, Mel's going out. She's gonna be listening,
okay.
but she's
Well,
out
10
and
and
about.
9. The runs to reggae ran right back.
Hey, sorry, I had to fix my connection. So you were saying that there was, I think, impact of a negative 30,000 private sector jobs. Did you read the jobs report today saying that they actually far exceeded what economists predicted? 147,000.
Yes, one that came out, right? But
there in June.
Right. There are
Came out
two
about an hour
things.
ago.
So two things. There are adjustments that are made. That was a different one from yesterday for negative 33,000. But I do want to point out, okay, that 147,000 jobs is still 50,000 jobs less than when Biden left office. So you pointing to this is still a failure. The degree of which we're going to have to wait for revisions, because revisions are very common with jobs reports. It happened all throughout the Biden administration, all throughout the previous Trump administration. It happens all the time, but he's still not creating more jobs.
How many lockers were you stuffed into in middle school?
The one I fucked your mom in.
That's
It was tight, and I'm not talking about the rocket.
Walk right
Oh, God. It's not a game you're going to win, man. Trashed.
Why
Kai,
is
what's
that
up?
crash out so intense?
I don't know. He lost it immediately. I just destroyed him on the fucking point. Just destroyed him. I'm gonna hit the record button there. Just
Kai,
destroyed him
we're
on this.
talking about. Kai, we're not talking about transgender people in sports. I see what you're talking about in the conversation.
Like, I just want to let you guys know, like, I wasn't here to like start any drama or anything like that. Like, I saw the thing, and I genuinely want to learn. I'm not here to like start like some whole negative fight thing. That's why I didn't join earlier. I'm like, I don't have
I know, Trent.
debate.
I just have listen. I have conversations, and if people crash out, then they do that. Or if they want to try, then whatever. But if you keep it respectful, you keep it chill, it'll be chill.
Like, I don't know enough. Like, when you say cite your sources and stuff like that, I'll be honest with you, I don't have that offhand enough to have a debate with you where we can define our terms and things like that. So I don't think it would be fair, but I am here to learn. I'm not here to insult people. I never said trans people are horrible people that don't deserve. I don't believe any of that. I just said one thing, and then people took that left. It wasn't this whole thing.
Cap, you're getting muted for the day. Stop fucking all capsing
I'll
shit.
get back to it, man.
No, that's okay.
Wait,
All
what
right,
questions do you have?
Well, yeah, what questions?
No, so when you say Trump's destroying the economy, like, what does that mean when you say he's destroying the economy? Like, when a little bit more detail when you say that.
We're talking about his economic policies, the uncertainty that it's causing. Those are having issues. There's the tariff issue that's going to have negative impact on the economy. He keeps reversing course. So the degree of which or how significant it's going to get or how severe, I don't know. But very clearly the things that he's doing are causing jobs to be lost. They're causing economic turmoil.
So I do know, like, with the cuts to Medicaid, like, people are going to lose health care and things like that. So from that aspect, no, that's not a good thing. However, I don't want to use my personal experience because I've done better under this economy, and I'm not sure if it has to do with him or just has to do with the policies that were put in place prior to him being elected back in office. So I can't say like, hey, well, my experience is this because my experience doesn't reflect all of America, right? So I don't. That's why I said I'm here to learn. Like my knowledge really stops at me. I don't follow what he does in the world. That's why I was like, hey, I'm just here to learn. I'm not saying go about your business. I'm just here to want to learn. And if you teach me something, then hey, I'm always down to say, hey, I never thought of that. Right? Like that's a good point. But I'm not gonna be like, oh, just because I don't agree with you, you're a shitty person. Like, no, I don't believe that at all.
Okay. So you mentioned the cuts to Medicaid. You understand that that also includes SNAP, right?
Yes. Now
Right.
this is what I will say. I live in
So
upstate New York. I live in an area that's predominantly, I would say, Black Hispanic, but we do have a large white population here. But that doesn't reflect what you see all across America. So
okay.
here, I can say here we do have people who I can tell you are serial Medicaid or serial snappers, right? Like they
Okay,
have.
cool. I don't care. That's so if he takes away $6 billion out of SNAP all of a sudden, where does the SNAP money go to? Like when
Exactly,
people buy groceries,
right? So if
right? So the
I don't
stores are going to suffer. All of a sudden, $6 billion worth of SNAP funds are going to be pulled out of the groceries. That itself is going to affect the economy. I mean, that's just a small sliver of what's going on. But I'm just trying to show you how, like, yeah, you want to say Medicaid and how it's messed up. People aren't going to get health care, but it's also messed up. They're not going to get food. And the stores in your communities will suffer because they're not going to get funds from the government, which is SNAP.
However, I don't think the answer to that is continuously let people sit on government issue benefits because then how is that also moving the economy forward if you have
I don't.
countless amounts of people who are just sitting here and they're not even trying to do better?
I hate the argument that people are taking advantage of SNAP. We have statistics. We know that less than 5% of people who are doing fraud towards SNAP or Medicaid, Medicare. We know less than 5% are the actual people who receive the benefits. 95% of them are the people like the providers, the hospitals, the insurance. Rick Scott, we know that's where the fraud is coming from.
Yeah, it's not
But
5%, by the way.
at literally the lowest
It's
of the
lower than
low
that.
people. Yeah, I mean, is it less than five
Yeah, I think
percent?
it's no, I think it's less than 1%. It's a really, really small
Less than
percent. It's not.
1%.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
not.
there we
Yeah,
go. So even in
I don't know
more in my
exactly,
favor,
but
right? So instead of pointing at the healthcare providers who are overcharging for cotton balls, and General Mills who's doing shrinkflation and giving you less for more money, instead of pointing at them and saying, hey, this is part of the problem, we're pointing at the people who are literally trying to survive.
Now I can continue.
Nobody's getting rich off SNAP, bud. I promise you that.
Yeah.
Well,
Kai,
well,
can we kind of shift our perspective on who is on WIC and SNAP? I'm not sure if you know, but there are like junior level military families that are also active members in the military that are on SNAP and WIC.
and that leads into what I was going to say next, right? Which is twofold. One is I completely agree with you. When you go to a hospital and you need a band aid, and that band aid costs $25, that's a fucking issue, right? Like when you have all these now, I'm not saying we shouldn't target them, right? That's I think it should be across the board. If you abuse it, I don't care where you are, where you're located, you should be held accountable. And I'm in agreement with you. If you're in the military, it doesn't make sense in my eyes how you're in the military but you're also getting SNAP benefits. One would think if you're in the military, you make enough money or they have something to cover that if you need. I don't think if you're in the military, a SNAP should be, I don't think those should be in the same category. I think that should be its own separate thing. But then that also falls into, we don't necessarily take care of our veterans either, right? So I think that can be a whole separate conversation. But I can concede to
I
somebody.
agree. Hold on. I agree because you're saying a lot of different points here. I agree these band-aids shouldn't be $25. However, when Dems put in a price gouging, and this was for C-19 related. I don't want to talk about that. I'm just using it as an example. When Dems introduced a price gouging bill, all Republicans voted it down. So you're going to get that if the government or anybody regulation says, hey, you can't do this. This is absolute price gouging. This is fleecing people on like the end customers, right? It's not going to work. You're like the Republican Party. They don't care. They're capitalists, like ultra capitalists.
Right.
You guys called it communism.
But then I don't think the solution, like, and I'm not for the chat, right? I just see $25 band-aid. I think us up here talking understand that band-aids aren't $25 to go to the hospital. It was just an example. For me, I think where the shift happens here is it's become too much of, well, I'm not voting for this person because I don't like them. I'm not supporting this person because I don't like that they did X, Y, and Z. And not that, hey, you know, maybe because of their background, they might have a better shot at running America, right? Like, not taking anything from Kamala, but as a black guy, I'm not voting for you because of whatever. When you talk, I don't know what you're saying to me. You're just saying things. And so when people try to, like, hey, well, Trump's going to do this. I'm like, well, what's the alternative, right? Like, at least I know what I'm going to get with him. Like the rhetoric, the hard stances, the fiery talk. I know, like, it's the same thing as first presidency. We know what we're going to get. That's why
Yeah, you could have but Kai, you could have gone to her website and everything in not the most granular detail, but nonetheless details were on her website that you could like read, right? Her tax plan, et cetera, et cetera. On his website, it was just bullet points where it's like, I'm gonna make the economy greater. Literally, those were his details.
Well, to be fair,
I'm
I
going.
didn't either one of their websites because I don't.
That's on
What you
you.
put on a website is different than how you speak, right? Like what you put on a website that goes to review. People are sitting down. They're like, okay, this, and this. Now you could frame that. You could do that same thing when somebody's talking, but at some point, you're having a face to face with somebody, and you can see when they're explaining something to you if they know what they're talking about or not, or if they have an idea of how to resolve an issue or not. A lot of times, maybe
Hi, he talked about, do magnets go poof in water?
you said do magnets go poof in water?
Yeah,
From what I know about science, no, magnets don't go poof in water.
right. That's Trump. That's the way he describes things. So
Kill Squeeze,
maybe
appreciate
she's
the
not
resub of the
okay.
prime. Thank you.
Maybe she's not. Maybe she's not the best orator in the world, but she had what it took to do this job. Sorry,
what is
she
Trump?
did hands down.
Right.
Trump can't
It's so
talk.
weird. He can't talk, but also temperament. Just read literally any tweet. What's the next? Watch what he tweets tomorrow. Watch what he tweets tomorrow. I'm gonna call it right now. Hold on. I want you to look up his tweet when you see it tomorrow, because it's gonna come out. Happy 4th of July to everyone, including the radical leftist Democrats, the crooked. He's gonna go off on it. Watch.
No, but now, you're probably right. Odds are you are right, right? I'm gonna say you're probably right. Odds are you're right. But I'll say this: we know what we're getting with. We know what we're getting with him. With Kamala,
No, we don't.
He talked like.
What does that mean?
Like, so it's the devil you know versus the devil you don't.
There's
So-
no devil we don't. Harris has been a senator. She's been
hear me out,
she's
right?
incredibly qualified. We know who she is, or at least what she's done. You don't know what Trump stands for, and here's the other thing: why, if that were true, like just hypothetically, why does Trump not have any of his policies that he had last time? They're all different, every single one of them.
I
There's
feel like
nothing.
you learn, right? Like you learn what works for you, what didn't work.
But to
for
have
you.
an entire, but you don't pick up on, like, you don't
change
literally
your entire
pick the
stance?
gauntlet. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. You don't pick the gauntlet up on literally anything.
Can you elaborate for me?
Like, he didn't. There's nothing that crossed over from his previous administration. There's just really not. There's no major things that crossed from his previous administration.
But I will say this, based on his history, right? Like that's him. when you look at his businesses that are failed, right?
No, but that's
That's
not
him.
okay. No, 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 no. That's a gaslight. That's not okay. That's not okay. There's something seriously wrong with that. If you were to go over to someone's house one day, right, and they were working on all of these projects, and there's got like 4 or 5 going on, and none of them are going really well, and you're like, okay, and you come back the next day, and they're working on 4 or 5 different projects and have completely forgotten about the last ones, that would be a bit weird. That would raise a red flag.
I wouldn't say that they were completely forgot about, but I can understand what you're saying. Where if you start something, finish it, right? However, what I'm saying is, we know that's what comes with him. With Kamala, a lot of the time she's talking, I don't know, like she's just saying things. Like whatever she's saying isn't making sense. You're just saying
Okay,
things.
I'll
And I
be
don't.
honest with you, man. That sounds worse. Like you knew he was going to attack marginalized communities, and you're okay with it, and you voted for it because he said he was going to do it.
As a perspective, right? Like when you say marginalized, what are we talking about?
The LGBTQ community,
Well,
immigrants.
I don't think that's a good representation of the left, to be honest with you.
Right, hold on, women.
That you're not addressing what I said. He said he was going to attack immigrants. He said he was going to attack the LGBTQ community. He said he was going to attack the abortion, which is women's rights. Like these things he said, and you're like, well, at least he told us he was going to do it. I'm
Well,
okay with that as long as he told me.
well, certain things, certain I guess you would say marginalized groups are like I don't believe in certain things that the left's trying to push. I don't believe in. So like
Oh, wait. So
LGBT,
you don't
like,
believe that women should have their own health care? You think that we should have laws against our health care? That's weird.
okay, when you say healthcare, you mean like your entire care? We're talking about abortion specifically.
Yeah, sure. Abortion specific.
We're talking about abortion specifically. I don't believe in abortions for anyone. I don't
Yeah,
believe
but
in.
you don't. Wait, but you don't have a uterus, so nobody
That's fine.
cares.
That's fine. I don't have to have a uterus. I also don't have to be a slave. No,
No,
that's
no, you should. You should. No, you will never know the dangers of
You're absolutely
pregnancy
right. You're
or
absolutely
the
right.
dangers.
I'm not
Stop.
arguing that.
Stop. I
I'm
don't
not
see.
arguing.
Here's what I don't understand. Kai, stop. Here's what I don't understand. Why wasn't it an absolute like deal breaker when he's an adjudicated rapist? When he was found responsible for sexually abusing Eugene Carroll, why wasn't that the showstopper? Was it like, nope, absolutely not?
You're
Why
moving
is it when he
goalposts.
was a hold on? No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
You asked me
No, I'm not.
why
No, I'm not. Please stop,
women
Kai.
shouldn't have health care.
Stop. Kai, let me finish. Kai, is there some reason you won't give me the space to just finish my thought?
You wouldn't let me finish. I'm sorry, but you didn't let me finish my thought.
No, you've been
You literally
interrupting.
said,
Kai,
"Kai, stop."
Kai, stop.
You
Kai,
done it again.
stop interrupting me. I'm about to finish. When he was convicted 34-time felon, why wasn't that the showstopper?
Going
Why?
back to what you originally asked me, because you asked me about women's health care for their bodies. I do not believe that women should be able to just go willy nilly go get abortions. I do not.
They're
believe
not willy-nilly doing that, sir. We just had a woman who was treated, her cadaver body was treated as an incubator. Such
Kai,
a place
I gotta
of
wrap it up
privilege.
here.
That's fine.
Drew,
That's fine.
Drew paid to kick.
Was I speaking with you guys?
Huh?
I said, I said, you said you had to wrap it up. I thought you were ending. I'm sorry. I'm just saying, like, I don't, certain things he does, I am in agreement with, right? The trans issue we spoke about, we won't get too much into that, right? I have my certain views on that. When it comes to abortion, I have my certain views on that. So when you say, why is he attacking marginalized groups, but he also passed the First Step Act, which helped directly people in my family. I've had uncles who've come home because of the First Step Act, so that's been positive for my family.
He wants
Yeah,
to
but
put those. He wants to put them to death. That's what he said.
My uncle got out of jail and came home
He
directly
signed the
because
first. Right. But then Trump went on to say that he wanted to kill nonviolent offenders.
But what
He
are
went
the
on to
odds
say
that
that.
one like?
And by the way, I want to point that out. That was a bipartisan bill.
I'm
What?
sorry, I didn't
That
hear
was
you.
a
I'm sorry.
bipartisan bill that affected what, 20,000 people or something like that. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but look at what he said now. He wants to put those people to death.
and I don't agree with everything he does, right? And so I think that's where the fall
What?
off is.
Okay. All right, guy.
Run to the middle,
All
man.
right.
Run to the middle.
Run to the middle. I don't believe in everything he says. So that's, you just ignore it. That's
Yeah,
so
to adhere,
that's
to
a
adhere
manipulation.
to
That's a manipulation tactic, by the way, where you're like you're stuck, and so you're like, oh well, it's actually not that. Drew, appreciate it. Thank you for the 30. Please kick the guy and move on. He's not trying to learn. Drew, appreciate it. Can we get some dubs and drumsticks in the chat for Drew? Laura, appreciate it with the 5. Hey, Tommy, Nebraska near a hospital in rural southwest part of the state announced closure because of expected Medicare cuts, possibly 2 more coming. Fredalino, appreciate it. Tommy, stay away from my mom. If you guys are debating, go ahead and hop in the box. Would appreciate it. He just like, the moment you present them as something, he's like, well, hold on, then runs in the middle. Runs away. Run away!
I'm gonna call that the run of the middle technique from now on. As soon as Trump does something that's like really fucked up, they can't justify. Got to run it.
I know.
Well, I don't agree with everything.
I don't agree
I'm
with
an independent. Yeah.
It's like, it would be like this. It'd be like this. It'd be like this. Well, you know, this is like just, so this is called an argument ad reductio. This is like reducing it to absurdity. Could you imagine if like somebody was arguing about the policies of Hitler, and in the middle someone went, dude, there's a concentration camps at fucking Auschwitz. And he's like, well, I don't agree with everything he's doing. You know what I mean? It would be fucking nuts. It would be nuts.
But he does like dogs, you know?
But
I'm a
he
dog
does
guy
like
too.
dogs. Dude, we should do this. We should do this where we do a fucking debate. We debate like historical supporters of, like, you know, Mussolini or Hitler or fucking Stalin or anyone, you know?
I've got German shepherds
Willie.
too. I mean, I kind of, you know. Actually, it's Belgian
people are calling
shepherd,
in.
but-
People are calling in through TikTok. If you guys want to watch or want to debate, head over to TikTok. It's debate.dude. Drew, appreciate it. Thank you for the 30. Appreciate it, Drew. Drew, appreciate it.
Speaking of dogs, we had the talk.
One second.
With the
Hold on.
new
Hold on.
dog.
1 second, really quick. Comparing camps to Auschwitz to is a vile, disgusting comparison, sickos. So, as I prefaced it I know you're stupid, so you don't understand. I called it an argument ad absurdum, or an argument ad reductio. It's devolving the argument to the absurd, so you understand how stupid the logic is. That's the point. But you're stupid, invoking a defense mechanism, very clearly, and trying to be like, hey, you're gross, which is an ad hominem. So, I don't know if you know that. Now you learn some stuff. Arrogance is unmatched. I'm not arrogant. I'm confident. I know my shit,
really
and
quickly
you don't. That's it.
On the First Step Act, just really quickly, it was very limited. I'm not going to look down on it because it did help some prisoners, but it only took into account federal prisoners, right?
Right.
So, and that's only 10% of our incarcerated people.
Yeah, I think it was 20,000 people or something. But here's
Yeah.
the more important part is this. The more important part is this, is that Donald Trump has talked about putting those same people to death recently, more recently than the First Step Act was passed. But also the Republicans don't support prison reform. They don't, right?
Yeah.
When you're talking about this instance, sure, they're all for it. It's good optically. It's only 20,000 people. It's kind of the right thing to do. There's no interest on the opposite side. It's a win for everyone, so everyone signs off on it. But when you look at what they want to do, they're talking about, and this is the fascist juxtaposition, the fascist gaslight. They'll go, the 94 crime bill was bad. Biden did that. He did the 94 crime bill. We haven't heard that in like a fucking year, by the way. The 94 crime bill was bad, but also we need to be tough on crime. And then they would write bills throughout the various different states that were more severe than the 94 crime bill, and then support them. That is fascist. Report for misinformation. You reported for misinformation? I thought you loved free speech. Fucking see, there is another juxtaposition. Thank you for proving the fascist juxtaposition.
What, on YouTube? Is that someone on YouTube?
Yeah, that ain't ever gonna work for you, bud.
I thought
AJC,
YouTube had less snowflakes than TikTok. That's
no,
wild.
they're super sour over there. AJC, appreciate the 5 gifted subs. And what's even creepier is they don't let it go. Like if I say something from a few days ago, they'll just hop back in. It's really weird. It's like you need to move on. Hyperfixated on this. But yeah, the Republicans do that where they bounce between saying, oh, that's so bad how you treat people. And that is, by the way, just pure manipulation of being like, oh, we feel so bad. And then they'll grill down policies that are even worse. AJC, appreciate it for the 5. Can we get some dubs and drumsticks in the chat for the 5 gifted with AJC? If you guys want to support the channel, there's a Venmo Cash App in the bio. Alternatively, you guys can go ahead and join the Patreon in the link tree in the bio. Or tier 2 on YouTube to watch the playbacks. We are live over on YouTube, long form on News Dude, and to short form on OK Hi. Yeah.
And I'll tell you guys a little secret. On the videos and the shorts on YouTube, News Dude, I read all of those. So if you really want to hurt my feelings, leave me nasty comments in the comments over on YouTube, because I'll read them. I definitely read them.
Oh man, yeah, it's funny. Damn, why is that stuck in my head? One second here. Sorry. Is there anything that's happened in the news this morning? It's been really slow. I gotta really crank up the videos today. We gotta really get in my routine and go for it. Yeah.
So Hakeem Jeffries is doing he's filibustering right now on the floor to prevent the vote going through the House. It's probably gonna go. I have no faith in this government as of right now. They're going to screw us over. And they're not gonna use the oil. So Hakeem Jeffries, he's trying at least.
Thanks. All right, well, I'm going to call it. We only did an hour on the morning live, but it was fun. I've got a bunch of stuff to do today. Got stuff to do for the lawyer. My stalker keeps defaming me, so just add it in there to the list. Fun. I will see you guys on the next one. Josh, Paige, have a happy birthday. Can we get some happy birthdays for Paige?
Oh, happy birthday, Paige. I didn't know that.
You. Appreciate
Happy
it.
birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Paige.
All right. I will see you guys at 6 p.m. Pacific.
me.
Paige, have a good birthday.
Yeah.
All right.